Not since the Bangles, way back when I was a lot younger and they were so famous as a female band, have I been so excited. The Last Dinner Party have arrived with their new single, Nothing Matters. But before we play the single, which you're going to be blown away with, I know they're just, I can't describe them. They're a mixture of ABBA, they're a mixture of Florence and the Machine, and you will probably pick up on other vibes and other groups and say, they're a little bit of, they have a unique sound. It's kind of like the past stamp marked with the present being the complete band that gives you a new image and new vibe to what pop music ought to be about. They are The Last Dinner Party. Let's get into the bio about them, and then I'll give you a little bit about the song. The Last Dinner Party are a British indie rock band from London. They formed in 2021. The band consists of Abigail Morris, vocals, Lizzie Mayland, vocals, guitar, Emily Roberts, lead guitar, and Georgia Davis, bass, and Oora Nishkevi, keys and vocals. The band signed with Island Records. I have to say, Island Records, I've got a fair few of your bands on my channel, all new up and coming bands. Check them out, everybody, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you do like and you want to subscribe. Fingers crossed you do. But let's get going. Before releasing their debut single, which we're going to hear, Nothing Matters, in April of this year, which was my birthday month, ladies. Their second single, Sinner, was released in June. Now, I've seen images and I've listened to a snippet of Sinner. It's a live version song and they sell out in venues all over London, and that will give you an indication of why. So do check that out. It'll also be in the link to this particular video. Now, the history to the Morris and David and Mayland met in 2020 in London before starting university and decided to form a band, which they would initially call The Dinner Party. A mutual friend recommended Roberts as a guitarist to Morris, and then they brought in Nishkevi. They initially struggled to find time to rehearse together because of the COVID lockdown, and they did not perform live until their first gig at the George in London in November 21. They spent the following year honing their sound and building word-of-mouth support on live circuits in London, including playing a set at the Open Act, while still called The Dinner Party, for the Rolling Stones in Hyde Park in July 2022. You heard right, the Rolling Stones. And after signing with Island Records as The Last Dinner Party, they released the debut single, which we're going to hear, Nothing Matters, which was produced by James Ford on the 19th of April 2023. During the summer of 23, the band supported Florence and the Machine, and I can't believe reading this, because this is my first time reading this. I'm like, wow, I can pick up on that influence in the band's music. And they played several festivals in the UK, Ireland, Europe, including Glastonbury and Latitude. So they are prominently rising to the very top, everybody. So jump on board, support them, subscribe to their channel. This is a band to get behind. This is a band that's imploded already and will explode all over social media by December of this year. It's as soon as that. They were also invited to play a live session on the BBC Radio 6 music show called New Music Fix Friday. They released the second single, Sinner, the week following the Glastonbury set, which was also produced by James Ford. Now, this song has been described as an art rock bombast by Rolling Stone UK, while the Evening Standard described their music and live shows as having a distinctive baroque pop sound and look. Now, the band are being compared to Kate Bush, Sparks, Warpaint. I would also add what I said before, a little bit of ABBA influence as well, while the band's members cite David Bowie as the leading influence. Wow, and in honor of that, I have a David Bowie reaction. So I will add that to this particular video and look out for it on my channel. Go looking, everybody. It's a channel full of new artists, just like The Last Dinner Party, begging for you to hear their music. And I love supporting underrated unknown acts on my channel because this is what it's about. And I throw in some past divas, some past musicians that will just flavor it up, and then I mix it with some modern day pop. I give you all of the bands all the way around Europe, everybody. And what I try to do in this band is to prove that the music industry is not dead. And you're going to say that nothing else matters, only more of the last party. You want more, we want more. What is the song about? Okay, I've been through that. I'm just going to see if they have anything. No, all it says really is they invite us to the world of gothic high drama, complete with their masterfully placed references to Sofia Coppola's The Virgin Suicides. That's where the influence of the video comes from. And Mulholland Drive. It's a lavish theatrical insight into the depths of the feminine psyche. Let's listen, see if you agree. I hope so.
I have my sentence now, at last I know just how you felt. I dig my fingers in, expecting more than just the skin. 'Cause we're a loaded like in fever, like a motorbike, a sailor and a nightingale, dancing in convertibles. And you can hold me like he held her, and I will fuck you like nothing matters. And you can hold me like he held her, and I will fuck you like nothing matters. We've got a highway jet, the moon is bursting with headlights. One more and we're away, love tender in your Chevrolet. And we're a lot alike in fever, like a motorbike, a sailor and a nightingale, dancing in convertibles. And you can hold me like he held her, and I'll fuck you like nothing matters. And you can hold me like he held her, and I'll fuck you like nothing matters. Even when the cold comes crashing through, I'm putting all my bets on you. I hope they never understand us. I put my heart inside your palm, my home in your arms. Now we know nothing matters, nothing matters.
So everybody, the last dinner party, nothing matters. Well, they matter to me. And what the song says, and it was a bit, thank you Genius Lyrics as always for the lyrics and for the synopsis of what the songs are about. And what they say in the Genius answer is, nothing matters is the truest love song I could ever have written at the time. I wanted to capture that sense of unbridled, untamed love that's also a bit perverse. I set out to write the best love song I could, and this is what we ended up with. Well, it goes into verse 1. I have my sentence now at last, it says. I know just how you felt. I dig my fingers in expecting more than just the skin. So straight away we open up with the physical aspect not really being that important. It's about what's inside. The physical's all very well when we meet people and we like people and something happens and there's that connection and connectivity mentally and physically, but it's what's inside the soul that matters. And it continues, because we're not a lot alike in favor, like a motorbike, a sailor and a nightingale dancing in convertibles. So in other words, there's nothing in common, but there's the old saying, everybody, and this is what I've always said in previous videos as well. The great thing about not having anything in common is making things together that are common ground that you do like. For example, I don't like going to pubs. I absolutely loathe going to pubs. I loathe football. But put me in front of a sports channel and I will watch triathlons, I will watch tennis, I will watch basketball, baseball, ice skating, all of it. I will watch most of it, but I just loathe football. I grew up with a brother, Manchester United fanatic, so please have sympathy with me. And my mother was an Everton fan, and they were constantly rowing, and we lived at the time in Chester when I was younger, and they couldn't understand when I came out and said I like Liverpool. And I think I liked Liverpool just for the sake of liking them and shutting them up, and so I can go on to other things. We as a family were so individual, even to this day we are, but yet come weddings, come funerals, come all of that, and we come together as one. We really do. And relationships are like that when it comes to love, the physicality. And the synopsis is what we all know. Two opposites always attract. And even though we are individually opposite in the family, we always attract when it comes to having a good time at parties, weddings, social functions. We're in an extraordinarily individual, collective group of siblings who live so far apart, and phoning each other and all that doesn't come into the equation. We're so opposite, but put us together under one roof and we have the best of times and memories to take away with us. We're so sociable, but individually independent. And you can be like that in a relationship, because the chorus says, and you hold me like he held her. And I will, and for expletive reasons, I can't mention the F word, but like nothing matters. And you can hold me like he held her, and I will say feck. You like nothing matters. Now the verse continues. We've got the highway tight, the moon is bursting with headlights. One more and we're away. Love tender in your Chevrolet. And I don't recommend buying a Chevrolet car. My sister had awful problems with hers recently. And literally tomorrow I'm going to deliver a new car because it caused so much problems. That word's just like, it's like, what do you call that film with the knife? But anyway, it's talking about driving in a romantic way, the headlights on that road to nowhere, and see where it goes. And chorus, we're a lot alike in favor, like a motorbike, a sailor and a nightingale dancing in convertibles. So there is a realization there's something there, something is sparked, something's happening. And this thing about nothing matters draws me back to what she said about the song itself. It's really, and I'll go down to it again, an untamed love. There's a bit of perversity to it, and they really wanted to encapture that unbridled, not typical, stereotypical love. It's a kind of haphazard love. Is it not? Is not important. It's about the here and now, and that's what I'm getting from the lyrics. This is all about, and I'm flicking back and forth because I want to pick up, go back, go forth to anything I've missed, but I don't think I have. And then it says, and you can hold me like he held her. So is it a same-sex relationship we're talking about here? And she's more or less saying the same way a man holds a woman is equally what I want. I want to be held as passionately by a woman, because there's no difference. I just want that. And you can hold me like he held her, and I will feck you like nothing matters. Even when it continues, the cold comes crashing through. I'm putting all my bets on you. I hope they never understand us. I put my heart inside your palms, my home inside your arms. And I love that phrase, my home inside your arms. Because when you come home to somebody, not in the biblical sense, not in the physical sense, it's heart to heart here. We're talking about when I give you my heart, and when you put your arms around me, I'm giving you my soul. And now we know nothing matters, nothing matters. And then it repeats, and you can hold me like her, and I will feck you like nothing matters. But it does matter. It's one of those songs that just emphasizes the here and now. Don't know where it's taking me, but I want it to be something more than physical, something I can take away with and say, I enjoyed that relationship. And there's no harm in that. There's no depth to this saying they want kids, future. It's about the here and now, and it's about, if this is the last dinner with us, let us make it one we'll never forget and make pigs of ourselves. Hear, hear. And when the song, you know, Nothing Matters by The Last Dinner Party, because you see them sitting around a dinner place all having a dinner. I just think it's very symbolic of that. And I enjoyed analysing the first song. Wow, I'm looking forward to what you are going to bring. I'm just, my head is just like, wow, at last we have a female band of worth getting behind. So let's get behind them. Looking forward to reacting to your live video, The Sinner, very soon. Until then, take care.